Hello everyone, welcome to PRATHAM Test Prep. My name is Ashish Bhargav and here we have with another episode of daily news analysis that we do from Monday to Friday. And as we know that in newspaper, what majorly we discuss about the Hindu and Indian Express, because there are two prominent newspaper जिससे कि आप बहुत सारी चीज़ों को सीखते हैं and what is happening around us. What exactly we discuss about in newspaper analysis? We discuss about national news, we discuss about international news, we discuss about economy-based news, sports-based news, science and tech, personal news, summits and conference, and miscellaneous. And apart from that, we also discuss about any Supreme Court verdict, any amendments, any bills which is in the parliament, that also we discuss in the newspaper analysis. This is very important to understand each and every concept in very detailed manner in order to prepare your exam very well. So because the current affairs, it means that like you should aware about what is happening around us, and like in case of international relation is concerned, like Russia-Ukraine war, like what is recently, as you have seen in the news, like the China earthquakes. So if there is a news, you have to find it out what are the places in the news, that how the two area affected in the China earthquakes. And the second thing that you should know about who is the, and second thing that you should know about what are the major reason to be earthquakes happens in the world, and how many earthquake zones in our India. So these things that you should keep an eye on that, because if you daily basis, if you are inculcate all these things, that would be very important for you to understand all these concepts in a very detailed manner. So before we start, please let me know if my voice is audible. Am I clearly visible to each and everyone? And okay, so let's get started. And here is that quote of the day, that nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. So chalo. Questions of the day, we'll ask you the 5 questions, and quick tips. With the help of mnemonics, we'll learn lots of words. And here is the very first article is talking about what does the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioner appointment condition of the office terms of the office bills 2023 passed by the Rajya Sabha. So here you should know about which is the procedure to bill passed in the parliament. So what is the Chief Election Commissioner, other Chief Election Commissioner bill 2023 passed by the Rajya Sabha? The second thing that you should know about, what is the new mechanism different from the one that is spelled out by the Supreme Court. So here you should know about the background of the story, and the background of the story is so far. Simply आपको ये चीज़ समझना होगा, December 12th को the Rajya Sabha passed the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioner appointment condition terms and office bill 2023. इस बिल में क्या है? It is likely to be enacted into a law after being passed by the Lok Sabha in the current winter session. कमेंट सेक्शन में कोई बच्चा बताएगा कि लाइक अभी हमारे इंडिया के लॉ मिनिस्टर कौन है, मेक श्योर उनका नाम जब राजस्थान के सीएम बनने के टाइम में भी आया था. सो इस बिल से क्या फ़ायदे होंगे, और what kind of things that it can provides? It provides for the procedure for the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner and the other 2 election commissioner. What does the Constitution say? What is the constitutional provision for that? Constitutional provision ये कहता है my friend कि आर्टिकल 324, ये जो आपका आर्टिकल 324 है, ये क्या डिफाइन करता है? Article 324 provides for the composition of the Election Commission of India. It consists of Chief Election Commissioner and 2 other election commissioner. मतलब ये हमारा आर्टिकल 324 कहता है कि 2 हमारे क्या होंगे, चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर होंगे CEC, और एक होगा हमारे 2 अदर इलेक्शन कमिश्नर. So the Constitution provides that the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commission shall subject to the provision of any law made by Parliament be made by the President, while the existing parliamentary law provides for their condition of service. It is silent with respect to appointments and the appointments till date are made by the president, that is the central government, and there is no mechanism for ensuring independence during the appointment process, and that is why the government wanted to change this bill. What did the Supreme Court rule? एक PIL फाइल की गई थी, लाइक उसको 2015 में, ठीक है. PIL का मतलब क्या होता है माय फ्रेंड? पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेशन. So the public interest litigation that was filed by the Anup Barnwal in the year of 2015, that pleaded for the Supreme Court to issue direction to set up an independent collegium like system for the appointment of Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioner. So the Supreme Court उस केस में क्या वर्डिक्ट दी थी इन्होंने? मार्च 2023 की बात है. There has been a sorry. There has been a legislative vacuum due to the absence of any law by Parliament in the last 73 years since the adoption of the Constitution with respect to the appointment of Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioner. ये जो independence है जो Election Commission of India की, that is essential for ensuring free and fair elections. That is paramount for the vibrant democracy. पास्ट में अगर देखें हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड अगर आप जानने की कोशिश करें तो आपको ये चीज़ भी समझनी होगी कि पास्ट में दिनेश गोस्वामी कमेटी बनी थी इलेक्टोरल रिफॉर्म्स के लिए. आपको एग्जाम में कई बार ऐसे पूछेंगे कि दिनेश गोस्वामी कमेटी वॉज इन द न्यूज़ इज रिलेटेड टू वॉट. सो आपको ये चीज़ समझनी होगी कि जो भी कमेटी होती है वो रिकमेंड करती है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को कि क्या क्या चेंजेस करनी चाहिए, राइट. सो मेक श्योर ये दिनेश गोस्वामी कमेटी 1990 में डिमांडेड फॉर द इलेक्टोरल रिफॉर्म्स, और जो लॉ कमीशन है इन 25th रिपोर्ट में इलेक्टोरल रिफॉर्म्स की बात की थी इन द ईयर ऑफ 2015 में. उन्होंने ये सजेस्ट किया था कि लाइक the Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commission that should be appointment by the committee that consisting of Prime Minister, उसके बाद उसमें Chief Justice of India and the leader of the opposition of largest opposition party in the Lok Sabha. However, we can say that इसमें जो collegium system होती है, that is collegium is solely responsible for appointment and transfer of Supreme Court, High Court के judges को, right? What does the proposed law provide? मैंने आपको बता दी इसके लिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रोविजन ये है हमारा आर्टिकल 324, एंड आर्टिकल 324 दैट प्रोवाइड्स फॉर द कंपोजिशन ऑफ इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया, एंड इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ चीफ इलेक्शन कमीशन फर्स्ट एंड द अदर 2 इलेक्शन कमिश्नर. दैट इज आर्टिकल 324 सेज, दैट इज द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रोविजन. सो यहाँ पे जो प्रपोज्ड लॉ हमारा क्या प्रोवाइड करता है इसके बारे में. चीफ इलेक्शन कमीशन एंड जो इलेक्शन कमीशन है दैट शैल बी अपॉइंटेड बाय द पर्सन हु आर होल्डिंग of or have held a post equivalent to the rank of Secretary of Government of India, right? तो मोस्ट ऑफ द सेक्रेटरी कौन होते हैं हमारे इंडिया में? जो मिनिस्ट्री के सेक्रेटरी होते हैं, IAS ऑफिसर्स, राइट. सो उसमें ये चीज़ मेंशन की गई थी, लॉ जो प्रोवाइड किया गया था, देयर शैल बी अ सर्च कमेटी दैट इज हेडेड बाय प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ लॉ एंड जस्टिस, जो प्रिपेयर करेंगे पैनल, उसमें 5 लोग होंगे, राइट, जो हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं अभी. सो व्हाट आर द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस ग्लोबली अगर बात करें लाइक इन साउथ अफ्रीका, US, UK में. सो द इंटरनेशनल प्रैक्टिस फॉर selection and appointment of members of electoral body that varies from different democracy. Like in South Africa, like we can see the president of the constitutional court, that representatives of the human rights court and you can say gender equality are involved. But in the United Kingdom की अगर बात करें तो वहाँ तो हाउस ऑफ कॉमन्स जो होते हैं वो अप्रूव्स करते हैं कैंडिडेट्स को, राइट, क्योंकि वहाँ पे हाउस ऑफ सीनेट्स एंड हाउस ऑफ कॉमन्स होते हैं. तो यहाँ पे जो हाउस ऑफ आपके कॉमन्स होते हैं वो अप्रूव करते हैं किसको? कैंडिडेट्स को अप्रूव करते हैं. जबकि यूएस में आप देखेंगे कि वहाँ पे अपॉइंटमेंट इट इज़ डन बाय द प्रेसिडेंट एंड कंफर्म बाय द सीनेट, राइट. सो डिफरेंट इन पार्ट्स इन द वर्ल्ड हैविंग डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ मैकेनिज्म फॉर दिस इलेक्शन कमीशन, राइट. सो दिस इज द क्रक्स. तो नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड लाइक कि इसमें आपको क्या क्या चीज़ें माइंड करनी पड़ी. फर्स्ट थिंग, इस बिल का क्या पर्पस है. सेकेंड, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन कौन सा है? आर्टिकल 324. सुप्रीम कोर्ट की वर्डिक्ट क्या था? PIL फाइल किया गया था. अनूप बर्नवाल जी ने 2015 में। उसके बाद फोर्थ पॉइंट, what are the important takeaways that you should remember about what are the important committees for the electoral reforms, that is Dinesh Goswami committee, and it was in the 1919, and उसके बाद law commission as well, and उसके बाद what are the best practices globally about the and the international practice for the selection appointment of the electoral body like Election Commission of India in our country. So now the 4-5 points that you should keep in mind. Now here is the next article. Next article क्या कहता है? Urgent need to control use of e-cigarettes, says WHO. इसको वेप्स भी कहते हैं, and इसमें e-cigarettes की जो that generate toxic substance, some which cause cancer and some of increased risk of heart disorder. My friend, वैसे भी स्मोकिंग जो है बहुत बैड हैबिट है, नहीं यूज़ करनी चाहिए. आपने बहुत सारे एडवर्टीजमेंट देखे होंगे इसके बारे में. सो ई सिगरेट्स जिसमें कि निकोटीन होता है सॉरी. सो निकोटीन आर हाईली एडिक्टिव, दैट हार्मफुल टू हेल्थ एंड दैट कैन लीड टू सिगरेट यूज. एंड इट सेज दैट द urges countries to implement strict measures to protect children and young people. So as we know that the e-cigarettes are consumer products that are not shown to be effective for quitting tobacco use at the population level. Instead, जो एक alarming evidence है that has emerged on the adverse population health effect, और उसमें WHO हमारा क्या कहता है, थर्सडे को उन्होंने क्या चीज़ें बताई कि like it added there is an urgent need to control e-cigarettes to protect children as well as non-smokes and minimize health harms to the population. क्योंकि जो स्कूल गोइंग स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं इसका बहुत यूज़ करते हैं. So children are being recruited and trapped at early age to use e-cigarettes and may get hooked to nicotine. So जो डेटा है हमारा चिल्ड्रन एज ग्रुप जो 13 to 15 ग्रुप के हैं years to using e-cigarettes are rates higher than the among adults in all WHO regions. आप सोच सकते हैं जो 13 से 15 साल के बच्चे हैं पूरे वर्ल्ड में, और ये WHO का जो डेटा है उसके अकॉर्डिंग वो ज़्यादा एडिक्टिव है एज कंपेयर टू द एडल्ट. सो वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने नोट किया इस चीज़ को कि ई सिगरेट्स विथ निकोटिन आर हाईली एडिक्टिव एंड आर हार्मफुल टू हेल्थ. While long-term health effects are not fully understood, it has been established that they are generated toxic substance, some of which are known to cause cancer and some that increase the risk of heart and lung disorder. And it can also affect brain development and lead to, learning disorders for the young people. So, obvious that if you guys have such kind of, अब देखो यहाँ पे ना वार्निंग दी हो, दिस प्रोडक्ट कंटेंस निकोटिन, निकोटिन इज इलेक्ट्रिव केमिकल्स, इसमें 5000 पफ्स लिखी होती हैं इसमें. सो इस सिगरेट्स जो होती हैं वो ज़्यादा हार्मफुल होती है एज कम्पेयर टू द नॉर्मल सिगरेट से, जो WHO का कंसर्न है. एंड 34 कंट्रीज़ ने इसको बैन किया है माय फ्रेंड्स, सेल ऑफ ई सिगरेट्स. एंड 88 कंट्रीज़ ने have no minimum age at which e-cigarettes can be bought, and 74 countries have no regulation in place of these harmful products. India में बात करें, so like the position of e-cigarettes are similar device is a violation of Prohibition of Electronic Cigarette Act 2019 according to the Union Home Ministry, Health Ministry sorry. तो ऑब्वियस इतने कंट्री ने अगर बैन किया, 34 कंट्री ने इसको बैन किया है, 88 कंट्रीज के पास कोई मिनिमम एज नहीं फिक्स है, 74 कंट्री के पास नो रेगुलेशन इन द प्लेस ऑफ दीज हार्मफुल प्रोडक्ट्स. सो ऑब्वियस गवर्नमेंट शुड टेक स्ट्रिक्ट मेजर फॉर दैट क्योंकि 13 से 15 ईयर्स का जो एज है उस एज में इसके एडिक्शंस दैट इज वेरी डेट्रीमेंटल फॉर समबडी हेल्थ. नाउ ये न्यूज़पेपर आर्टिकल था आपका आर्टिकल 105 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन that address parliament powers and privilege, and the court clarified that article 105 does not grant any absolute immunity to parliamentary proceedings. Judicial scrutiny is allowed for privilege enforcement methods subject to constitutional provision. और ये हम डिस्कस कर भी चुके हैं. एक वर्ड था asymmetric federalism. इस वर्ड को समझने से पहले my friend you should know about what is federalism is. And federalism, which means division of powers, that is a division of powers. So in this article that you should know about the what does it mean, the word, and we have in our country we do not have like complete federalism. So while Article 370 is seen to be a most obvious example of such federalism, that had many states enjoy special provision for that. Constitutionally, India's governance structure is quasi-federal. Quasi-federal का मतलब क्या होता है? The very first thing that you should know about what is quasi-federal. Quasi-federal, which means that most of the power that is inclined towards the central government. That is the meaning of quasi-federal structure of our country. So in short, that we can say that, like मैं आपको example के through समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ, and I hope that would be very fine for you. We have state list, उसके बाद हमारा है second one is union list, then is concurrent list, and the fourth one is residue list, right? तो स्टेट लिस्ट में स्टेट के पास पावर्स होती हैं कोई भी लॉ बनाने के लिए, यूनियन लिस्ट में यूनियन के पास है, कॉन्करेंट में दोनों को पावर है, रेसिड्यू लिस्ट ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास ही होती है. सो माय फ्रेंड, स्टेट लिस्ट में फॉर एग्जांपल एजुकेशन इज अ पार्ट ऑफ स्टेट लिस्ट, बट अ स्टेट हैव सोवरेन पावर टू मेक लॉज इन ऑर्डर टू द एजुकेशन करिकुलम इज कंसर्न फॉर द स्टेट. एंड यूनियन लिस्ट में यूनियन के पास पावर्स हैं. बट आप देखो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी जो है आपका, ये किसने पास किया? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने, कस्तूरी रंगन कमेटी ने इसको फॉर्म किया के रिकमेंडेशन पे. सो इन शॉर्ट यू शुड नो अबाउट द थिंग्स इज कि ये जो आपका एनईपी है वो पास करने वाला सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ही है. सो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली में देखें इंडिया की जो गवर्नेंस है दैट इज क्वासी फेडरल वाइल एन यूनिटरी सेटअप. सो द पावर टू लेजिस्लेट इज सेंट्रलाइज्ड इन द सेंटर. In the federal structure, the unit that form the federation have varying degree of autonomy and powers to conduct these affairs. But in the context of India, while states do not have autonomy, the constitution tilts toward the center on certain areas, and that's why we can say हमारे country का जो है quasi federal structure है. 7th schedule of the constitution contains union list, union, state and concurrent list. ये जो union, स्टेट और कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट है ये आपका कौन सा शेड्यूल में है? 7th शेड्यूल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, उसमें मेंशन है ये सारी चीजें. एंड यूनियन लिस्ट दैट वुड प्रिवेल इन केस ऑफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन द लॉ मेड बाय पार्लियामेंट एंड स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर. स्पेशल स्टेटस की बात करें यहाँ पे, so even this quasi federal structure that leans more toward the center, not all states are equal, and India's plurality, that necessities such as arrangement and the constitution provides for the differentiated equality for states depending on various factors, as ranging from the fiscal, political and administrative. So इसको मेजर किया गया आर्टिकल 370 के साथ. आर्टिकल 370 which formalized India relationship with the state of Jammu and Kashmir, that is touted as the move obvious example asymmetric federalism in India. Asymmetric federalism means special status somehow we can say right after Article 370 of the Constitution that creates special provision for the at least 9 states from Article 371A, and all these exceptions are under section of Constitution tilted temporary, transitional and special provision. And जो क्या indicate करता है इन चीज़ों को कि that these provisions would be operable till the crisis, either successionist sentiments of the war cease, like Nagaland, Mizoram for example, it's a negotiated autonomy which was political compromise between India, Naga and Mizoram independence movements. So अगर बात करें जम्मू एंड कश्मीर की, the petition challenging that the Center 2019 abrogation of Article 370 had argued that the special provision gives an element of internal sovereignty of the state which cannot be unilaterally taken away. However, a 5-judge constitution bench of Supreme Court headed by the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud ruled on December 12 that Article 370 is only a feature of asymmetric federalism, which is not the same as having internal sovereignty. चलो जी, नेक्स्ट वन, ट्रूथ एंड रिकन्सिलिएशन कमीशन, जो हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. यहाँ जस्टिस कॉल ने इन चीज़ के ऊपर बात की कि क्या क्या चीज़ें चेंजेस होनी चाहिए. एंड ऑन ओवरव्यू ऑफ द यूरोपियन यूनियंस आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एक्ट, यहाँ पे यूरोपियन यूनियन ने आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एक्ट को पास किया. दैट सिग्निफिकेंट लेजिस्लेटिव इनिशिएटिव एम्ड एट रेगुलेटिंग आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस टेक्नोलॉजी विद इन द EU, यूरोपियन यूनियन. सो व्हाट आर द ऑब्जेक्टिव टू पास ऑफ दिस एक्ट? इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या हैं? सो द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द यूरोपियन यूनियन AI एक्ट to create a regulatory framework of AI technology, mitigate risk that associated with AI system, and establish clear guidelines for developers, users and regulators. इसका मेन एम जो है वो क्या है? ठीक है, what are the main aim to establish clear guidelines for developers, users and regulators, and this act aims to ensure the responsible use of artificial intelligence by protecting fundamental rights and promoting transparency in AI application. And what are the strengths of the act? So one of the notable strengths of the European Union AI Act is risk-based approach and the legislation categories, and ये जो हमारा AI applications है into different risk level that ranging from unacceptable to low. So this approach enables tailored regulation. So आपको ये चीज़ जाननी is very important, and here is CT scan associated with the increased risk of blood cancer. CT scan का मतलब क्या होता है? पहली चीज़ आप ये जानो, computed topography. CT का मतलब क्या होता है? That is computed topography. Sorry, computed tomography, not topography. So फिजिकली जब किसी भी बॉडी पार्ट्स पे आपको बहुत हाई लेवल ऑफ बीम ऑफ लाइट होती है, तो इन ऑब्वियस जो रेडिएशन होती है दैट डोजेज आर मॉडरेट ओवर 100 mgy से ऊपर, that values are known to cause blood cancer in the both children and adults. मतलब किसी बॉडी पार्ट्स में 5-6 टाइम्स अगर आपकी एक्सरे हो रही हैं या CT स्कैन हो रहा है तो मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस चांसेस हैं. Recent study सजेस्ट करता है कि like even low doses of radiation have a small probability of cause blood cancer. And nearly 9.5 lakh individuals who underwent CT examination before the age 22 years in 276 hospitals in 9 European countries that were followed up. 51% जो cases हैं that were younger than 20 years are diagnosed. So obvious that denying to undergo CT scans that indeed for the disease diagnosis is also harmful. चलो जी, behind legal challenge to promise Jammu and Kashmir that we had discussed already, इसमें majorly क्या है? Article 370 was a temporary provision of the Constitution. A special privilege are temporary, cannot confer rights in opposition with Article 14, which guarantees equality that can be revoked through presidential order. Against में क्या है? The same provision of Article 370 cannot be used to dilute it. Parliament cannot replace state legislature with the governor. Not seeking a state legislature, nor is against the spirit of consultation. And अब क्विक टिप्स में जाने की कोशिश करेंगे द सार्क कंट्रीज़ के. ना, M stands for Maldives, B stands for Bangladesh, B for Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India and Nepal. Or second one is state in India sharing boundary with Bhutan, Sikkim, Arunachal, Assam and Bengal. And questions, and the very first questions is here regarding the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List, which statement is accurate? So the list includes only tangible cultural artifacts. तो अभी recently Garba was in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List, तो आप देखेंगे इसका right answer C. Second question, the first session of the Indian National Congress was presided over Dadabhai Naoroji. The first woman to address an open session of the Indian National Congress was Kadambini Ganguly, also the first woman graduate of Calcutta University. Or the first session to preside in the National Congress was not presided by Dadabhai Naoroji, it was W.C. Banerjee. W.C. Banerjee. ये थे. तो obvious first statement हमारा incorrect, तो only one is, second is correct one. So Indian National Congress that conducted its first session in Bombay from 28th to 31st December 1885, and it was presided by W.C. Banerjee. Kadambini Ganguly was the first female graduate from India as well as from the entire British Empire, and she was also the first woman to address an open session of INC in the National Congress in 1890. Next one is from the static portion. Which of the following groups of planets are considered as gas giants in our solar system? Saturn, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn and Jupiter. And we had discussed many times about this one. The gas giants होते हैं large planets होते हैं that compose mostly of gases, जिसमें कि हाइड्रोजन और हीलियम है. विथ और रिलेटिवली स्मॉल रॉकी कोर। तो गैस जाइंट है जुपिटर, सैटर्न, यूरेनस और नेपच्यून। इसको आप नेमोनिक्स से भी लर्न कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ नेमोनिक्स। तो नेमोनिक्स विल हेल्प यू आउट टू लर्न द सच काइंड ऑफ कंसेप्ट, राइट। तो आपका JSUN, तो आपको फर्स्ट लेटर को याद रखना है इसमें, JSUN। और आप इसको JUN ऐसे भी लर्न कर सकते हैं। J stand for Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune and Uranus. That together makes a group known as Jovian planets as well. Sorry. So next one, which substance is commonly used in cloud seeding? The cloud seeding, which means क्या होता है, जो आपके artificial rain होती है। Artificial rain is known to be a cloud seeding. So artificial rain is also known as cloud seeding. And cloud seeding हम क्या यूज़ करते हैं, कौन सा केमिकल यूज़ करते हैं? And the chemical that we use is AGI. AGI which means silver iodide. So obvious B is the right answer. And न्यूज़पेपर एनालिसिस में हम ये चीज़ बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस किया था हमने, the mechanism and process of cloud seeding. And here it is, the last question is, Pradhan Mantri G1 Yojana aims to build climate resilient cities, control air pollution in metro cities, provides financial support to integrated bioethanol project, promote conversion of organic waste into biogas. जो आपकी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की स्कीम्स होती हैं, दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड। Now C would be the right answer. Pradhan Mantri G1 Yojana provides financial support to integrated bioethanol project to set up second generation ethanol project. So this is all about the session, dear students, and I hope that you enjoyed the session a lot. If you have any questions regarding this session, please let me know in the comment section. And आपको इस session कैसे लगी, please हमें जरूर comment section में बताएं. And please share this beautiful session to your friends and family, because they must aware of that what is happening around us. And make sure, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe our channel and do not forget to press the bell icon so you will get the notification of all our Pratham Test Prep mentors. So this is all about the session. We'll meet you tomorrow for the same time. Till then, bye bye and take care.